god. I've been talking to myself this entire time. Anyway, there we go. We're back. So no one heard me until just now because I didn't check my active audio sources before I started yapping. But we are in a Vex versus Ezreal matchup. Vex being a whole deck, but instead of probably a little bit different from typical Vex decks, this plays more of a hidden package. So on the Star Spring right now is a Ember, I can't remember the second word. There's a 4-might unit that gets +2 whenever you play something from hidden until end of turn. So very useful when you have other Teemos, Evelyns, switcheroos, that kind of thing. Really make sure you can pump up the might to fight off anything like Aurelia or things like that that were quite prevalent in the meta. Currently not so much. But it's still pretty useful into things like Diana Hui, that kind of thing. So the hidden package coming in useful there. Delacruz is on Ezreal, and we're looking at the Ezreal controlled discard package. So I'm expecting to see lots of packs of wonders, Ezreals, some spirits. It is a pack of wonders up the top there, but the Bewitching Spirit and Pack of Wonders combo, essentially discarding your opponent out to 0, reducing their options as much as possible, essentially locking them out of the game until you can come back and show them what for. Now that that's out of the way, Vex in a pretty decent lead here. 4-0 as they path back to Ezreal. Ezreal still just powering up for the late game, as he is wont to do. Ezreal control very difficult for mainly spell-based matchups. Things like Diana especially struggles very much into Ezreal. Vex has a lot of units that don't really care too much about what you what control stuff you have. Ezreal just looking to clean up the battlefield a little bit. Passing back to Vex, who will get an extra card from the legend for holding into 5 here. I assume, I'm not 100% sure, I didn't quite watch the entire game here. Here comes the chosen champion, Vex Apathetic. Obviously into an Ezreal deck, not exactly the greatest. Ezreal not really looking to play that many units until the very end, and only just enough to hold both battlefields to the end. Vex passing back to Ezreal. Ezreal now with the full complement of runes, always where an Ezreal likes to be. Fizz being played out here. Probably looking to play that removal that we just saw. Ooh, Bellows Breath coming in. Quite useful here. You have kind of 3 eligible targets, 2 on the battlefield, 1 in base. Don't even need to repeat it to just get rid of the Teemo. Don't even need to target the Vex necessarily. But you are trying to starve your opponent of all possible options. Defy coming out for the Bellows Breath. Does want to try and keep all his units safe. To be fair, not holding the battlefield is probably where Vex loses if you can't keep hold of the battlefields. Both players probably just talking about how Ezreal reduces optional additional costs, but the Defy will go through. I do also apologize, dear viewers, that I am recovering from a cold, so if I sound a bit weird, a bit blocked up, you know why. Ezreal's probably still happy to wait it out until a more explosive turn here. But it is getting to the point where he will need to start risking some units. This one saving grace though is that Vex does not typically have any op decks that are especially good here into Ezreal, that Ezreal can't immediately answer once the Ezreal establishes their hold. So the list coming out, reducing Vex's might. Oh no, the Ember by 2, so obviously he doesn't want to pay the deflect. Already had to once with the Bellows Breath. It was just that the Ezreal reduced the additional cost of the repeat by 1. Ember being gusted out here and defied once again. Not ready to let go of the Ember Monk. And we're scooping it up for game 1 as we go into game 2 and sideboards. Vex, probably looking for some more backline removal, or indeed some ways to try to kill the spirits while they're on the board. Either the spirits or the packs of wonders are kind of your main targets. The gears are pretty juicy. There may be some acceptable losses coming in here. Maybe some disarming rakes, adaptatrons. For Ezreal, you're probably looking at less targeted removal and more just generic board wipes, that kind of thing. Unchecked power comes to mind. Downwell comes to mind. Essentially, you are trying to ensure that you can break Vex at will with as few cards as possible, so you can hold the rest of your deck up for the answers whenever Vex tries to get back on board. I do apologize if you can hear some background noise. There are two presumably Korean guys that are just ripping some Pokemon boosters apart at the moment. They've already gone through one box. I think they're going through a second right now. If anyone understands Korean, you can probably tell me what they're saying, but I don't think the pulls are very good from what little I can understand. Yeah, Arena's Greatest. Sorry, not Arena's Greatest. Aspirin's Climb coming out to make the game go longer. Stack deck coming out from Ezreal. Yeah, Aspirin's Climb, obviously very good for Ezreal here going first. As generally, even if you have a turn 1 play, you're still probably looking to force the Vex out to risk more first before you try and move in here. Notably, we have seen Jin Jan before in some other Summer skirmishes here. By here, I mean not necessarily Spellroo in particular, but in Chromatic. He's been in the last month's Summer Skirmish finals as well. I think it's an Azir player there. Deadly Flourish coming out for Ezreal to get rid of any units that the Vex might come out. Nice and quick Defy coming out here for the Vex, I should say. Recognizing that units on board will get him the game. Evelyn will score the first point. Mouser just being played to base. Obviously not with Starspring. So Starspring being in game 1 really limits your abilities here as Vex to effectively move around battlefields, so Mouser being played in base is not too surprising here. Probably not that worried about anything coming up from base to affect the Evelyn, but there will be a Wages of Pain here to deny Vex the hold. Discipline once again coming out. Both players recognizing that hold is pretty important here. and Stupefy there to bring Evelyn back down to 3, which will remove him, having the 3 damage already marked. And then Pack of Wonders and pass. So Ezreal putting up a better fight here. Obviously going first means that they have a little bit more chance to react to whatever Vex is doing. Now so we'll retake back that battlefield, going up 2-0. And then the chosen champion herself, Vex Apathetic, coming out. Does stop any Thousand Tail Watches, which is probably the main thing that Vex would be worried about here. Reducing Thousand Tail Watches just to the -3 is pretty important, especially as Ezreal is now within that rune range zone. To be able to win more slam a Thousand Tail Watcher. And we start looping the removal here. Mouse are off the field from the extra Wages of Pain. Ezreal so far not really having a great time of preventing Vex from holding here. The Vex Legend effect of during the hold is probably the main thing that is obstructing Ezreal from their main game plan. Witching Spirit and Pack of Wonders now presented to the Vex. Darkfrost being discarded from the Spirit effect, and Spirit booped back to hand from the Pack of Wonders. So that cycle, that loop I should say, is now established. Vex going up to 3 for the hold. Beats of Swiftness, pretty important in Vex actually. Being able to gank over is pretty nice. Is being forced into attacking from the Evelyn. Vex once again recognizing that as long as he keeps Ezreal on his knees, units wise, he can't really do much until the end of the game. With Vex being moved over from ganking with the Boots of Swiftness over to 4-0 for the Conquer. And now Vex really presenting a very fast clock here. 2 turns essentially for Ezreal to get off the ground. Otherwise hold to 6, hold to 8 will be the end of the match. We do see a Watcher in hand, but having no units on board, a Watcher is pretty disastrous here. Thanks to the Vex Apathetic on Aspirin's Climb. That being said, it won't be hold to 6, hold to 8. That will be the game. It'll be a 3-turn clock. I apologize. Thanks to Aspirin's Climb. Ezreal being played from the champion zone, looking to grab some more cards out of the deck. Can't quite see what was in the discard, unfortunately. I believe that was a stupefy, but I might be wrong. Scorching Spirit here once again. Or the Pike. Pike of Wonders replayed. Now really trying to constrict Vex's resources here, but it might be a bit too late depending on what else is in Vex's hand. Vex will draw 3 cards this turn. 2 cards, sorry, because the Vex Legend has to exhaust. My apologies, but they will go up to 6. Vex Legend not being quite as broken as, say, a Draven Legend, as some might say. Having to exhaust a duration card, but can't really complain. Ezreal essentially just trying to set up for the 1,000-turn Watcher, recognizes that won't be able to accelerate. Well, he will be able to accelerate it out if they really want to, but it's not going to do much good for him if he doesn't have units out. So having the Ezreal and the Spirit both on board here are very important in being able to smash through both battlefields and start getting themselves on the board. It's probably about the right time, mainly because next turn, if nothing happens, they will be 1 point away from snatching up this game. Notably, the Vex is the higher seed here. This is first versus 8 as we went from Swiss into top card. So the Vex always going first is pretty devastating for any deck looking to go against them. Vex now recognizing what's going on, thanks to the might in base, decides to try to pull back some of the units ready for the reconquer back. Try and let the 1,000-tower Watcher resolve with as minimal investment as possible. Notably, if the Ezreal does let the Evelyn hold here and it goes to 7, then it would set us up for the double conquer, which is nice and clean. I believe that was the Watcher, but I think we'll find out in a second. I'm not quite sure what that was, because my own lights are causing such glare on the cards, unfortunately. And it's my fault. I'll fix that for next game. Yeah, no, I assume it must be a 1,000-tower Watcher, because otherwise the Spell of Breath doesn't really make much sense here. Yeah, both players just figuring out the costs. So Bella's Breath here, very efficient. Quite a few things will get destroyed here. Teemo being revealed just to hold on to the battlefield. Notably being flipped up now, make sure that it dodged both the 1,000-tower Watcher and the Bella's Breath. So full might currently on that battlefield. Up top. Vex still alive thanks to the Boots of Swiftness with the Eclipse will finish it. -4 to a minimum of 1. Boop, there it goes. Guys are all having the great cards, and the previous Spirit Loop having deprived Vex of many of their options. Notably, the Accelerated Watcher actually being allowed here to groove because the Vex was moved back. And now Ezreal needs to ensure that they do have the lock on the rest of the game here. Ezreal passing back to Vex. Who is deciding to concede game 2, as I believe we're going to game 3. Vex realizing that not having any cards left in hand and being presented with an impossible situation, more worth it to spend their time to go to game 3 here. Because Vex is the higher seed, they will be on the play for game 3, which, as I mentioned, is incredibly difficult for most decks going into this top 8 here. Star tipped peak, and I can't quite read it. I think it's power. I think. Hang on a sec. I'm not quite sure what Battlefield 2 is, so I'm not going to try. We see Vex establishing a very early hold here, thanks to being first. Who would have thought? Ooh, Frozen Fortress, thank you. I am not on my A game. Like I mentioned, I am recovering from a bit of a cold, so if my commentary is not as illuminating as it usually is, not that it is that illuminating in the first place, but you forgive me for being a little bit under the weather. Just as a reminder for those joining us, we are at top 8 of the July Spellroo Skirmish. We did have 17 players attend the event, so top 8 is nothing to scoff at here. Deadly Flourish being presented here, just to kill the Vex once and for all. Ezreal not willing to play that dance once again. Already has a 1,000-tailed Watcher in hand, probably wants to make sure that they can play that 1,000-tailed Watcher on curve, as the Vex will go up to 3-0.
혹시 몰라서 카드 안 걸고 치면 뭐하러? 나도 이따 갖고 갈 거야.
Interesting cards here for the Ezreal player. I did not expect a turn to dust here, but I guess getting rid of the Boots of Swiftness is probably a priority. Presented, the Vex probably just trying to get through as much of the units on board, slamming them down to make sure they can't just get removed. Mutated Mouse are then moving over with the Boots of Swiftness. Unfortunately, that turn to dust being a little bit too reactionary, because you can't play it at action or reaction speed. It's only at slow speed. Unacceptable losses here. Wouldn't have changed anything, to be honest, because if it's still at action speed, it's not, and it wouldn't have been a showdown when the mouse had moved over, until the mouse had already moved, I should say. But turn to dust here, not really presenting too much of a thing here. The list will kill the mutated mouser, to the Frozen Fortress already dealing 1 damage to it, and then -2 from the list. Gust attempted on Evelyn, Pike revealed, and Evelyn returned to hand. Ezreal still trying to grind through the rest of Vex's units. Unfortunately, unfortunately for the Ezreal player, I should say, Vex being able to still keep up in cards thanks to the legend ability of the hold. It does make it very difficult for Ezreal to try to punch through everything. Turn to dust here for the Boots of Swiftness, just ensuring that they can't get even more points, slowing down Vex's point velocity here. Turn pass back to Vex, going up 4-0. Excuse me. Vex thinking through their turn. Probably needs to think a few turns ahead, keep some cards in hand to be able to discard in case the spirit makes another appearance. Can't commit too hard to the board either because of a Thousand-Tailed Watcher that is probably coming sooner rather than later. I believe that is an Evelyn. With the boots. Yes, it should be an Evelyn with the boots. Pike being with Eva with another Boots of Swiftness to score up to 5. It does put Vex in a little bit of an awkward position. But no longer being on the evens game plan, it does make it a little bit more awkward. I mean, Vex really only wants to hold anyway, so it's not like being on evens odds matters too much to them. Oh, Pack of Wonders with the list, bringing down the hammer onto Pike. Discipline being used here to hold on to the Pike. Frozen Fortress's effect really coming in clutch here for Ezreal, acting as a pseudo removal. Vex now completely exhausted out, leaving Ezreal to be able to deploy any other control effects that they might need to. But Ezreal does not apparently have the tools in hand at the moment. The chosen champion coming out from the champion zone, and Hell is Breath being discarded here. Obviously can't deploy many of the cards that he is drawing here, but looking to set up for next turn. He does have one more turn here before he needs to think about clearing the entire battlefield. Back deck. Once again, Ezreal trying to make sure they have all the tools they need to establish a lockout from the Vex. You've already seen a Thousand-Tailed Watcher in hand, so that's one piece of the puzzle. 2 spirits and a Bella's Breath. So it looks like Ezreal should be able to clean Vex here, unless Vex has been holding a couple counter spells. Probably the Defies here would be pretty nice. Vex deploying Senator base here, probably not respecting the Bellows Breath, which has been happening quite often to him. That is a pattern of play that he has seen. Thousand-Tailed Watcher into Bellows Breath. Now Bellows Breath having 3 legal targets here. And notably will reduce all 3 targets to 1, so only needs to repeat it once. Ezreal just trying to figure out if there's a more efficient way to use his runes first. Try and force out as many answers from the effects as possible, forces out at least the discipline. Another Pack of Wonders, and then another replay of the list to clear Pike. Emperor's Divide not being used. Instead, just goes straight into the trash, thanks to no longer holding onto that battlefield. Rages of Pain deployed against Evelyn, forcing the Teemo out. And Ezreal has successfully made the clock 100% slower. Now that Vex only has one battlefield. So bought himself an extra turn. In fact, currently bought himself 3 extra turns, I should say. If Vex does not change it, and attempt to double conquer on this turn, upcoming. Ezreal moving in onto the Teemo with a Bella's Breath as backup. Just to nip the Teemo in the bud, I think, to ensure the trade. No, we're paying it. So yeah, he will kill the Teemo. Defy finally coming out. Oh, and concession. I believe that Ezreal did eventually present the endgame to Vex, unfortunately, so I believe that the Ezreal has won in this particular matchup. So that's one Vex out of the top 8. We do have a second Vex somewhere in here, but I'm not sure exactly when or if we'll see them soon. So we'll see what happens in our top 4, but for now that is our top 8. Ezreal moving forward into that top 4. We will see you in a little bit, can't quite sure when, hopefully soon, but I'm just going to say it's probably maybe in about 20 minutes, so probably 5:30, 5:40, don't know. But in that case, I will send you back to our wonderful pause screen, and we'll be back with the top 4. Whoops, I made a mistake. The Vex won. The Ezreal did actually present the handshake there, so it was not the Ezreal winning, it was the Vex. Oh boy, I am not doing a great job here. That cold is really doing my head in. That's okay. Alrighty, give me a second to set everything up. But we have Vex against Darius, actually, which is a little bit surprising because this player, some people might know from last week's Chromatic Skirmish, HP Piper 151. Instead, opting to play Darius in this occasion. I will fix up the overlay in a second. I've forgotten the Darius legend's name, but that's okay. We'll work with Darius for the moment.
그리고 이거 깔짜리로 이제 테스트하기 한거 10분에 살리고 아 씨발 또 이거 배우는데 이게 좀 빡세고 우리가 어디가 할 일이 없는데
This is not him, this is him.
아, 내 스테이시 씨발 아, 진짜 대박 하나
Hand of Noxus, of course. How would I forget? Hand of Noxus. Actually, you know what? Let's give something a go, shall we? What if I do these? Sport, that one. How do I make this work? Oh yeah, here we go. This is what we're after. So once you see it, you'll be like, oh my god, this guy's a massive legend. Like, for real. Well, let's see if I can make this overlay look any nicer. All this is happening. Oh buddy, things are happening already and I'm not ready. Yeah, stuff's happening. Cool. I'm attempting to make this new thing work properly. My apologies, everyone. But it will be somewhat worth it, as we're into game number 1 of our top 4 semi-finals. We have both Vexes on opposite sides of the bracket, so we might see a Vex mirror matchup as our finals. But for now, we are seeing Vex and Darius battle it out here on Noxus Barons, and I can't quite see the top battlefield. Zan Warrens, not Noxus. What am I doing? There you go, there's Zan Warrens. Vex already presenting a hold here early into game 1, obviously going first because higher seed. obviously this matchup very different compared to what we saw here before. Ezreal, not Ezreal. Ezreal, well, now that I mentioned it, Ezreal being on your 100% on your control side. Darius now here presenting 100% more on your aggro side of things. I'm going ahead and assuming that top battlefield is going to be a Star Spring. Just off what I believe the matchup should look like. So, yes, this Darius player wasn't on Darius before at last week's chromatic Skirmish, I believe. So this is a little bit different for him. Don't mind me, I'm just going to attempt to make this overlay look a bit nicer. So if I miss anything, I do apologize. Well, I mean, I tried to fix it, but, you know, at least you can read the legends now. Darius, I see, has managed to conquer it and used a cleave to do so. Like I mentioned, Darius obviously being much more aggro here. If anyone is unfamiliar with Darius's legend effect, he adds an energy after you've played one card this turn. So, Darius, generally speaking, being quite low to the ground, to be able to maximize use of the legend ability as much as possible. Vi being played out here just to present more of a conundrum for Vex, so Darius here recognizing that Vex does not have a lot of offensive capability, generally speaking. Wants to present as much might on board as possible to prevent a breaking that battlefield. We have lost both Korean guys who were cracking some Pokemon boxes in here, so we will no longer have any Shibals audible on stream, thankfully. But good on them for being so enthusiastic about their pulls. Ember Monk now being present, be put onto Zan Warrens for the extra score. And Vex similarly needs to try to ensure they get maximum efficiency out of their legend ability. Chosen Champion being played out from the zone. Vex apathetic, already recognizing that all the units have already been committed to Star Spring here. But Star Spring being a little bit of a double-edged sword, because if Darius does play another unit there, they can move one of those units back to then immediately go back onto Zan Warrens. So the Star Spring working a little bit against Vex here. It does does look like that the Darius will take that line of play, choosing to bring Vi back thanks to the Star Spring ability. Vi moving in. Vi, when I attack, stun an enemy unit, so stunning the Ember Monk here. Ooh, back off being revealed here. Pretty huge. Ember Monk going up 2 thanks to a card being played from hidden. Darius now having focus passed back. And being bounced back, retreated, thanks to both Ember Monk and Vi being stunned. Vex can't kill Vi, so Vi being retreated back here. Just to make sure that anyone who can't do the combat math knows exactly what's going on. It is 3-2. I should update that score bug. Thanks to Darius having held onto Star Spring. Darius just thinking about where to deploy this Yasuo, I believe. And passing the turn back to Vex. Vex now engine fully online 4-2. A little bit more comfortable of a lead, but probably still wants to deploy some might in base just in case, considering you are playing a little bit into Darius's original game plan anyway. So indeed, we'll trade out some units here while we can. And the Monk and Vex trying to clear the rest of the board on the Star Spring, removing that, removing both the hold and the advantage that the Star Spring afforded Darius for the free movement off Star Spring. Vex being in green and purple unfortunately does not have a lot of ways to threaten the back line. Probably your main way to try to remove units back in base is probably a charm. But charms when you don't have the advantage are not great. Put it that way. Darius being exhausted out here. Probably this would be the time to play a charm if there was one. However, the Vex will instead choose to bring back the Vex with a mutated Mouser being played onto the Star Spring here. And now Darius thinking through their options. As we can see their hand, obviously he doesn't really need to deploy any of those right now. As the score is now 4-3. And this is a little bit awkward here for the Vex. This isn't really a position that you wanted to be in the first place. But as we know, he's already kind of mulched through most of Darius's units. Darius can't use his legend ability of playing multiple cards a turn. So here not being too great here. I believe we will see the longsword coming out to help protect the battlefield here with the quick draw. Both players acknowledging that this combat is probably really important. And then finally Hidden Blade, obviously not where you want to be. as a Darius. You don't want to give your opponent extra card draw, nor do you want to have to give up your last unit, especially when you already invested the longsword here. Vex thinking about it. I'm pretty sure this hidden blade is going at Vex's throat, not at Vi's. Indeed it will. Darius deciding that the extra card draw not going to be that relevant, considering that if you keep Vex off her natural hold card draw, that's probably more important, especially because the holds will come with points. Darius tying it up in here in the mid game. 4-2-4. Not too shabby. So Darius absolutely trying to fight along the board state axis here, recognizing that as long as Vex can't get any units onto any battlefields, can't score any points. Darius will opt to try to refill his hand. Or Kaiser. I believe it is one of the Paros in hand here for Darius. Plenty of units here, but not a lot of ways to fight against Vex, unfortunately. That's probably your main concern here is if Vex manages to get any decent spells here, any decent cantrips. To pump might and present more of a threatening battlefield, passes back over to Vex. And Sona will bring up small 5-4. Once again, the Vex hidden package coming in very useful here. And Vex presenting quite the conundrum here for Darius to figure out. With all the runes up thanks to the Sona effect. So, presenting like they have some sort of combat tricks, probably some counter spells left in hand, or Darius to try to play around Falling Star coming out just to remove the Sona. And Evelyn being Teemo, I should say, probably, considering the die is going on. Teemo being revealed here just to hold on to the Star Spring. I believe if people are wondering, well, why didn't you move the Sona back, try to save it, and Falling Star does not care about, is not location specific, so the Sona would still die because the Falling Star was still referencing the same game object. Darius here deciding that it's more important to remove the Vex advantage here of the hold. And we're going all in on the Vex, probably scared of all the runes being up as well. The only real way to ensure any safety of this conquer is to send everything in at once. Full might to 9. And in fact, the Vi will stun the Teemo, so currently it's 0 effectively to 9. Existential Dread being repeated here. You stun both of them back. And the Pyro being played here just to have an extra unit on board. Unfortunate for the Darius, couldn't break that battlefield with Existential Dread being held 6-4. Vex pulling away just a little bit. Now only needs the double conquer. But with only a 1 might unit on Starspring right now, that is looking a little bit dire to be able to do that. And can't afford to give up too much momentum here to develop, thanks to Darius already having 3 units on board. Here as Vex, you probably don't play this in main board, but maybe in down well is probably the only way you try to reset the tempo here. Unfortunately, anything else apart from a board reset probably doesn't get you here. Probably doesn't get you anywhere. Kha'Zix being played probably is looking at how there's only 3 units, so one of those battlefields, should the Darius try to get greedy, will only have 1 unit on it. So Kha'Zix obviously being a lot better when there's only 1 unit defending 1 enemy unit on the battlefield he's moving into, I should say. He gets plus 2 might and 2 XP. Price being moved on. 6-5. Both players here finding that the point tempo is a little bit tenuous. Vex maybe still thinking about that current showdown of the Kai'Sa moving in onto Starspring. Inferno and Honest Broker both coming down, so kind of negating the Kazakhs here. Oro going onto Zaun Warrens for the 6-6. Darius essentially threatening the win next turn. Finishing out with the Falling Star here. Probably on the Kazakhs. But 3 runes up here for Vex, so can employ... Oh, chooses instead for a Star-Crossed here. So, you're choosing to maybe hold the counter spells. But now both players threatening the double conquer. Kazakhs and Vi both returned. Falling Star negated here, meaning that Kazakhs can come out as another ambush on this upcoming turn. And Darius recognizing probably in his best interest to try to hold here for the win if possible. Make it as hard as difficult as possible for Vex to attack in, because once Vex can hold, obviously Vex has a lot more defensive options than offensive ones. But forcing the Star-Crossed out is also pretty clutch here, if only because that does mean if this Teemo is to try to conquer anywhere else, he will need to deploy some other units or abilities on another battlefield, which is ensuring that at least one extra point will be coming here from the hold here for Darius. The use of Star-Crossed also probably telegraphing to Darius that Vex does not have any counterspells in hand. Well, no Defies anyway, I should say. Not so fast could probably still be in hand, but no Defies being pretty huge here. Switcheroo coming in here. Pretty nice way to clean stuff up, as they will go to 7. And then here, I wonder if the Vex does see the line with the Boots of Swiftness on board. But the Teemo is exhausted, so needing a Ride the Wind, which Vex probably is not playing too many of. Runes for the Ember Monk here. And recycling for the hidden card, obviously. Playing Ember Monk probably wouldn't mean too much in this late game if he weren't already trying to hide a bunch of cards. And Vex recognizing that they need to hold on to this battlefield at all costs. 1 rune up. Just enough for a Defy. like I mentioned, today's event was actually pretty well attended. 17 players at the start of today. Thanks to those 17 players, one extra than 16, we did have to play to 5 rounds. Otherwise, it might have been able to do it in 4, but starting at 17, unfortunately, we do have to play that extra 1 just to be sure. Ooh, Vex in the end choosing to deploy Gust against that borrow just to prevent Darius from going up to 7 himself. So forcing the double conquer. Trusting or hoping that Darius does not have more Kaisers in hand. And as we can see, he does not, unfortunately. So double conquer here, probably not possible. Searching for the accelerate, doesn't find it, scoops it up. It will be game 1 to Vex. So Vex taking a bit of a gamble at the end of game 1, working out, assuming that they didn't have a second Kaiser in hand. Unfortunately, I don't have deck lists, so I'm just guessing what's in these players' hands at the moment, players' decks at the moment. Both players now into sideboards. Anyway, as I was mentioning, yeah, we had a pretty interesting event today. Our top 8 having 2 Vexes. We did have an Ari show up today, which was pretty cool to see. Ari now the more effective, probably now being a more hybrid aggro deck rather than necessarily a complete hold deck. On the other side of the bracket, we do have and LeBlanc versus Vex. So ironically, we are we could potentially see a repeat of last weekend's skirmish in terms of the finalists. We could see both Morpheus 121 and HD Piper 151, both players 3-digit number enjoyers. But they could be in the finals, or we could have a Vex mirror matchup. And I don't know which one I would prefer, because I want to go home a little bit early. But, you know, we can't, beggars cannot be choosers, unfortunately. Arena's Greatest and Aspirin's Climb being presented here, I believe. So in general, that just evens out the game, which is hilarious. Oh, wrong one. Arenas. Actually, I don't believe that is Aspirin's Climb. Someone can correct me. But I don't think that is Aspirin's Climb. In fact, I'm just going to go and double check. I'll be back. Okay, we worked it out. I believe it is this one. There we go, Bandle Tree. Obviously, probably more used to seeing this in Teemo rather than necessarily Vex, but hiding an additional card here, being very useful here for this Vex player in particular. Go up 1 to 2, thanks to Arena's Greatest. So definitely Darius here looking to more deny Vex of extra utility here by going for the Bandle Tree first. Passing the turn back to Vex. He's having a little bit of a think. Big think. Vex just played out from Chosen Champion Zone and go. So Vex probably was thinking about the best way to present enough might to be able to both conquer and ensure the hold here. Very difficult with that many units in base to be able to safely calculate it out. As Darius will hold 2, 3. Darius probably now choosing to remain on the aggro plan here. As the showdown will go through, Inferno will conquer onto Arena's Greatest. Darius recognizing that they can't exactly present the most threatening hold onto Banditry, which is probably the battlefield that Vex wants more than Arena's Greatest. The hidden card from Darius here, likely to be a hidden blade more than anything, I would think, given what we've already seen of the deck. Ensuring that in case the Vex does choose to go into Arena's Greatest, that the Inferno will provide at least some card advantage to help fuel the rest of the game plan. Vex with the boots, as is wont to say. Darius here choosing to get rid of the Vex, considering it is more of a high value target. Vex generally not playing more than one in their deck anyway. Obviously being able to play that Vex at any time is the most important thing about the deck. Will manage to clear it. It is a bit interesting that Vex is fighting so hard for Arena's Greatest, but probably acknowledging that now is better than later in terms of having to eventually conquer anyway to try and equalize the scoreline. Darius more than happy to take back the Banditry here. Choosing now to deploy the Thunder Song. He really wants to clear all the units off board. The Play Me effect on Brynhilda, obviously saying that opponents can't play any more spells this turn. And yeah, Vex will scoop it up at that one. So we are 1-1. As Darius does pull out game 2. And I believe we will see the final 2 battlefields out here, which I believe, thanks to our handy dandy in-house judge, Nia, coming in a bit clutch, providing me with some deck lists. I think I can tell you what the final 2 battlefields will be, as I will quickly swap them out. And I might have said Brynhilda, I meant Bryn here, you know what I mean, blah blah blah, but we will be seeing Star Peak versus Seat of Power. Once again, Vex on the play. Reset the score as well. think in both the sideboards, at this point, there's not much else to really sign in around. Maybe you sign in the 2 hard bargains for Vex if you're worried about more removal. The stars have been pretty huge here, and even to defend your rune and switcheroos and things. A hidden blade at the wrong time could present something pretty ruinous. But considering both players' game plans, I think you're pretty much as far as you can get. Both players resolving the mulligans. And away we go. Vex on the play for game 3. Mutated Mousy here. As our 2 drop. You'll see probably Darius respond in kind, not too far away. Inferna looking to be the choice. And then the Noxus Hopeful here. That Darius Legend ability coming in clutch here in game number 3. Presenting up to 7 might already on Assault is pretty huge. Might force Vex to develop one more turn. Considering Mouser cannot defend against both the Inferno and Noxus Hopeful anywhere near profitably enough. now in the tank. I might say playing War Thunder right now. That's how deep in the tank they are. Doesn't want to leak any of the contents of their command, I'm sure. That is one of the advantages of having untimed top 8. Does choose instead. Yep, I am going to develop for my second turn here. For my first turn, I should say. Second turn, yes, it has been Vex's second turn. We pass back to Darius. My gosh, I am going a little bit loopy. 1-0 here for Darius. 2-0 for Darius, choosing to split up both units here. Feeling like they have the cards in hand to be able to defend whichever battlefield the Vex does decide to go for. Which, as we can see in hand, is pretty potent. There's a Vine, there's a Falling Star, so there are quite a few options here for Darius to deploy, should they need to. We will see the broker, not the manufacturer, but we will see the broker coming out here. And the Faithful. So we're looking to hold on to at least one of these battlefields. Notably, we still can deploy the Falling Star here with 2 runes up. However, I believe that is not in the correct timing since passing the turn. Yeah, Falling Star's only at slow speed. My bad, but you know, we can always hope. The Inferno is looking mighty weak there, though. Especially with 2 wounds up. Not a lot that Darius is representing that Vex should be worried about here. Vex choosing instead to go the hard way. Equip 1 shoe per boot. 1 boot per foot, I should say. To go and try and clear the battlefield. Longsword to come in and bolster it, which will be enough. So that's a lot of rune investment for not a whole lot of cards out from Darius. But both boots coming out and the 2 runes being recycled puts Vex in a very precarious position. Not having held onto any battlefields as well means that they don't have the card advantage they normally would have here. Darius having slowed down Vex, that 1 extra turn for the development really putting Vex in a bind here. Vex will try once again to come out with both boots on the mouse are getting on the board. But putting Vex in a very difficult position here. Only 2 runes, none of them purple, none of them in chaos. Really limiting Vex's options here. That being said, the star tip pick will let them regenerate faster than normal, and also the holding onto it with the legend ability from Gloomist does help heaps who try to come back on this game, but does need to withstand the onslaught from Darius here. I don't think it is possible, considering how far behind they are. I'm pretty sure the line here is fairly simple here for Darius to see. I don't think it's particularly difficult, and there's not a lot you have to be careful of. Being only on 1 rune this late into the game, you can pretty much remove anything that Vex would choose to deploy after this turn. You get rid of that mouser and game's done. The hidden card, the only thing, Switcheroo being probably the thing you're most afraid of here. By being deployed here. You stun the mouser. Probably a Switcheroo incoming. If you don't use that hidden card, it's not really useful for you at all. It is Emo, I believe, being flipped face up here. So probably trading for the Vi, I would hope. I would believe 3... Yeah. Trading for the Vi. No, can't trade for the Vi. The Vi already stunned the mutated mouse, and so... Oh, this is very difficult here for Vex. Darius will go up to 3, and then taking that battlefield back. Vex probably going to fight to the bitter end here, even though they are vastly out here, unfortunately. 3 runes only. Did manage to deramp Darius as well, only at 3 as well. But looking at what's on board is, I don't see a lot of ways back here for Vex, just due to the deck archetype here. Darius now holding up to 5, holding to 4, and then conquering up to 5, I should say. Drawing 1 from the Seat of Power. Darius now really attacking Vex on the board presence axis here, as that has what has won him previous games here. Deploying as much might as possible to the board to ensure that Vex needs to think 2 turns ahead, essentially, both conquering and holding with only the rings that they have is going to be incredibly difficult with the number of units that Darius has waiting in the wings. Vex, like I mentioned, does have a couple trips up her sleeve thanks to the hidden package, the Teemos, the switcheroos mainly being the big thing here. Darius doesn't really tend to go all, goes wide a lot more often, and in this case we are definitely seeing that the Darius is going a lot more wide than tall. Vex currently in Wallaby Way in some poor dentist's fish tank right now, trying to find that Nemo line, the one line that can get him out of this jam. There's a gym jam. My gosh, I'm on fire. Somebody stop me. Evelyn going in onto Inferno does take the seat of power. Unfortunately will not have the same advantage as Darius did, since he doesn't control the other battlefield. Unfortunately for Vex, the hidden half of the deck is only really good if you're already holding onto a battlefield, so needs to establish some sort of hold, but also conquering and preventing Darius from getting any further ahead in this game. Incredibly difficult, as Mouser and another hidden card coming out here for Vex. Can't deramp too hard anymore either. Needs to stay at least within striking distance of runes, keeping something up for, Starcrossed or Defies, in reaction to what is inevitably going to be areas crashing into the battlefield. Darius going all in. 1 to 6 already from conquering the other battlefield, now presenting 1 to 7 here. Really trying to take advantage of the weakness of Vex's deck, trying to make sure it can't be on any boards, can't be on any battlefields. You don't have any battlefields, you have no holds, and that's really depowering Vex. OBS crashed, oh god! We saw Starcross come out, switcheroo being deployed here. I believe the Starcross got rid of the Vice, switcheroo coming here, and the handshake is extended. We will not see the Vex mirror matchup. It will be HT Piper 151 moving into the finals. So there is the possibility of having the rematch from last week's Chromatic Skirmish here. But one player will be on a different deck, ironically speaking. But unfortunate for Jim Jam, coming all this way just to fall in the semi-finals. But valiant effort nonetheless. We will be back momentarily for the finals. I'll just double check on where the other match is, and we'll be back soon.